All right, thank you. Hey, Croc, can you hear me?
Yeah, yep, gotcha.
Okay, that's good. I think I want to see the Niners play more nickel because we don't get enough pressure on the defensive line. And all our cornerbacks, our best cornerbacks, um, K1, Norman, and probably Demo are that's probably like their strengths or like their strengths are, like could probably be used better in like a nickel package. What do you
Right.
think, Croc?
Yeah, I think, and I'm gonna get you off. I appreciate you calling in, Gabriel, and then I'm gonna get to some of the next callers. But yeah, you have to figure out how to mask not having a great pass rush right now. And in the 49ers pass rush, for everything that everybody thinks the secondary is, I think it's actually flipped. The pass rush, the secondary is better than the pass rush. The secondary is better than the pass rush. And that's a problem because in the NFL, the way these offenses are now, they're spread out. They've made it so much easier to throw the ball around. You need a good pass rush. And it can't be that way. You got one guy that is obviously balling. You got Nick Bosa. Outside that, you're not getting anything from anybody else. So everybody thinks the secondary is so much the issue. The pass rush is the issue. They're not getting no pressure. And that's been something that's consistent. Maybe going to nickel would help. They're gonna have to start to rely on maybe sending extra guys, and maybe playing tighter coverage on the back end, a little bit more man coverage. But again, that makes you a little bit more vulnerable. They're gonna have to start sending guys though. My guy Darius, what's good, man? How you doing?
Man, what's going on? Top of the morning, Croc. Top of the morning,
Top of the
Niner
morning.
fans.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
yeah. So with a Hafanga, excuse me, Hafanga. I feel like, man, just let him get back there with a vet like Jimmy, and he's straight. He's gonna put in the work this offseason. There's no doubt in my mind. I feel like you said, he's a competitor. You can see it in him. He got that spirit. Uh, Hopefully with Tart, if we can get a late round draft pick, that'd be dope. Because in my mind, I feel like we might not be on a rebuild, but we are definitely on a restart as far as so many players are leaving, man. And I want to bring it back to what you said yesterday about Debo. I don't want to pay him yet. I want to see
Mm,
him do it one more year because Bosa has to get paid too. And I don't know what the market is for him, but those are two contracts that we really don't have to force ourselves into right now. If we could just pick one out of the other and use that cap space. Hopefully they get rid of Jimmy. Use that cap and grab some veterans. Man, we need some lockdown corners. At least one. I like Mosley. You know what I'm saying? Mosley's dope. But get somebody that can stand on the other side of Mosley for sure. Uh, Al Shazier, he stepped up so much. It's damn near like, Greenlaw's kind of expendable to a point, because the health situation and um, yeah, man, just the way that the Niners are going. Give the rookies the time to develop, especially Trey. Please don't be hard on Trey next year, expecting him to go to the Super Bowl when this man has not even seen garbage time, and that's crazy to me. But it is what it is
it
on
is
that.
crazy to me too.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But it's like let him have time to develop. Jalen Moore is dope. Um, I still got faith in Aaron Banks. 'Cause I remember what he was doing in college. Uh, and I was telling my cousin this the other day. Like football is bigger than just what you see on TV. Is more than just these guys are just bumping into each other. Like there's technique involved. There's like a real system. There's a count involved. You know what I'm saying? Everything is about timing. And another thing I want to say too, because just in case he's listening, Debo is the best right now. He might not be top nothing. I wouldn't give him that either. He ain't top nothing, But this season, he is the best right now, man, because everybody knows what he's doing. It's the same old slants. Okay, fine, whatever. But until you could stop him, he's doing his thing, man. So I want to tip my hat off to that. I love Elijah Mitchell. And hashtag free the trades, man. We starving for playing time, man. Free the trades. We hungry out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But thank you,
Sir.
though, Croc, man. Y'all have a good day, man.
All right, all right. Appreciate you, Darius. One thing he said, I saw somebody comment about it. All right, he talked about getting a late round pick for Tart, and somebody was like, "Hey, the trade deadline's passed. You can't get anything for Tart." And I'm assuming he was talking about getting a comp pick for him. So you still, if Tart gets signed in free agency, and gets a certain amount of money, then you can get a comp pick for Jaquiski Tart. Here we go. Got my guy Roscoe's. What's good, man? How you doing?
What's up, Croc? Happy Thursday, man.
Happy
It's almost
Thursday.
Friday. It's almost
What's your
Friday.
thoughts on the whole Hufanga thing?
Bro, you already know my thoughts. You've been on my thoughts. These people are a bunch of weirdos. First off, I want to say this. Fans got to stop talking about, I don't want to pay someone like it's their money. Debo and Bosa will both get paid when the Niners feel like it's time. We don't have any money. Like, I don't have any money. I can't say I'm not going to pay this player. I don't want to pay this player. We sound like owners too much, and we need to stop sounding like owners. We are fans. We need to be pro players, not pro owners. You talking about I don't want to pay somebody like it's your money. But anyway, let me go to Hufunga. His name is Hufunga. I told Grant about this too. Stop saying Hufanga, Hufaha. It's Hufunga. First off, Hufanga was an All-American at USC. He started as a freshman, wasn't even expected to start as a freshman, worked his way up, and became an All-American his final year, produced crazy numbers, and only played 5 games or 6 games. Playmaker. He was a playmaker there. Now, because his lack of athleticism, he was a 5th-round pick. Another thing, fans, please stop comparing him or trying to compare him to Troy Polamalu. Jesus, these are 2 different players. Troy Polamalu was a 1st-round pick. He's one of the best safeties of all time, Hall of Famer. Ran a 4.3. He had a good vertical. This dude was insane. His athleticism is 10 times what Hufunga athleticism is. The reason why people compare them is because they both Polynesian, they both went to USC, they both got long hair, and he's mentoring Hufunga. Folks got to stop that. Stop. Just because you see people same ethnicity or same hair length, same this, same that. Stop comparing that. You got to look at the game and compare the game. Now, one thing that he may have of Troy Polamalu is instinct. And let's talk about instinct, because instinct can make up for a lack of speed. Play recognition can make up for a lack of speed. As y'all seen when he broke up that one pass, it wasn't about speed. It was him seeing the play before it happened, and boom, snap and make a play. Folks got it. And then what makes a player overrated? What makes a player overrated? Because fans are excited to see him? Or because pre-draft y'all didn't like him and y'all wanted somebody else, and then the Niners got him, and y'all didn't expect him to y'all didn't expect him to start, and now he's getting snaps, and he's taking snaps away from y'all favorite player who's never healthy, who's never ever finished a season ever in his life. Folks got to stop it. I mean, the hate, like y'all beg for rookies to play. Y'all beg for rookies to play. Y'all be like, oh my God, Ambry Thomas needs to play. Diamador Lenore needs to play. Trey Lance needs to play. Trey Sermon needs to play. And then when they play and a mistake happened, y'all start going in on them, talking about they're bust, they're this, they're that. You know my slogan, let rookies grow. And we need to start letting rookies grow and stop trying to bash them for one bad play. Hufanga had I don't even want to call it a bad game. He had 2 bad plays. One where he couldn't tackle Connor, and Connor just blew past him, and then a one where uh, Kirk ran right past him. Other than that, he's played very solid. And again, he's a rookie. Guess what? Guess what happens? Now, this not all rookies, but there are some rookies who's going to get in there, who's going to learn from their mistakes, and they're going to get better. And guess who's mentoring him? Troy Polamalu. Who look? I'm gonna tell you the story. Taylor Mays came up to USC. He was like, I was looking at the players, whatever. There was one guy who kept coming up to me, kept asking me questions, kept picking my brain, talking to me. Who would have guessed who that was? Talno Hufunga. He's like, that guy's gonna be it one day. Talno Hufunga's smarts is gonna take him far in this game. Is his worth ethic is gonna take him far in this game. Thanks, Crocky.
All right. All
I don't even
right. I
call you
like
Crocky
it.
most of the time, but yeah. All right, Croc, I'm out of here.
All right. Yeah, Roscoe's gave one my dog Chris. I knew he had something on his mind. We got a Pioneer coming in. Dang, did I say that right? I like
Yeah, you did.
what'd you think about what Chris just said?
I think I agree with it. I really do. Because I honestly don't know what exactly that means is overrated because, you know, I can't really think of an overrated player off the top of my head, but I don't think of Hufanga as really overrated. I just think that people are just really excited for him, and I think it has something to do with what Roscoe was saying, that whole I think there is some fans that don't really look deeper into who he really is. They just want to say that, oh, he reminds me of Troy Polamalu, and you have that crowd. You have the whole crowd of people just saying that like I don't think that we hated Tart. I just think that we didn't like the fact that he was always healthy and he didn't have turnovers maybe. So I'm assuming that there are certain things like that where it goes into play where you want to see Hufanga be successful. Like we had George Kittle be a late round success. I think that the same thing with Hufanga. They maybe see him in the same light as a George Kittle kind of pick. And for me, I honestly don't know how to judge him just yet because I did see a bad play from him in the last game too, where he got beat, and I think it was Mosley who almost got the interception. I forgot who the hell it was, man. It was on the right side of the field. I don't know if it was a streak or not, but there was a play where I think he did get beat, and Mosley pretty much saved his ass on that play, and it was almost an interception. I need to go back and watch it though.
Oh, are
But
you talking about the play where Mosley almost got the interception and Hufanga kind of
yeah,
knocked it out of his hands?
yeah,
Yeah. I see what you're saying. So you're saying like it was a deep corner route, and you're
there
saying
you go.
like Hufanga wasn't in good position, but luckily Mosley was coming from underneath and in position to pick it off.
Yeah, exactly. That play,
Yeah.
exactly. And to me, I look at those things a little more in depth because the reason why I look at those things is because it's not that I'm trying to shit on a player. It's because I need to look at the worst things to judge them with to be fair. Like you need to critique someone's game because you know that you want to see the progression of them as a player. You're not judging them because you just hate them. You're judging the bad things about them so that way you can see the evolution of them as they grow. Like Fred Warner this year. I mean, he hasn't played up to what I think he can. It's not because I
Yeah.
hate him. It's because he just hasn't played up to what I believe he can play as that Mike Backer. And a lot of people might get mad at me, but I think it's embarrassing when people are putting, hashtag Pro Bowl and then they put Fred Warner. It's like, are you guys serious, dude? Like, stop being such a damn homer. Fred Warner does not deserve a Pro Bowl vote at all this year, at least in my opinion. And to me, when I look at someone's game, you have to look at both sides. What do they do good? What do they do bad? Don't listen to Twitter and everything like that when it comes to hyping somebody up. But I will say Hufanga did have a good game other than that play that I did mention earlier that you were talking about. So
Yeah.
that's how I feel about Hufanga, and I think that we need to hold on to see who he really is. There's a lot of games left in the regular season, and who knows, maybe next season he could be even better. We just still have to wait and to judge his game. And I don't know what the hell overrated really means, honestly. I don't know, but either way, um, and one more thing I do want to say, this team isn't done as far as getting out of this hole that they dug themselves in. I get it that the last game, was really good and we do need to be happy about that as fans. I think that you can't just be negative all the time. That is true. But the thing is that we still need to have in the back of our minds that, they're not done just yet. There's still a lot of football left to be played, and they have to step up to the plate. So Kyle, you're trust me, boy, you're not done as far as like getting some criticism. You have to win these games, and then we could say that, you know what, you proved me wrong, or you proved us wrong, or the people that are non-believers, because I'm not a faithful. I think that's, I don't know. I don't really care for the marketing scheme of whatever a faithful is. All I know is I'm a Niner fan that's realistic as can be, and I try not to be biased, but I will call it out if I see it, Kyle. So that's just how I feel for now, Croc.
Right.
And I think that we can't just judge people off of what 2-3 getting that. Nah, dude, you have to wait, and then in the off season we could rightfully look at all the film and put into place what we think of them. That's just how I think of it. And Roscoe is really telling some truth there too when he is talking about him. And yeah, nothing more to say really.
I appreciate you coming on.
Like always.
I think the one thing that is tough for a guy like Hufanga, who is a 5th-round pick. I think we're waiting, like I think it was Roscoe's or someone else is like, hey, like come off season, like he can even improve and get better. But when you're a 5th-round pick, you don't really have like that much opportunity. Like this is his time now. When they don't invest a whole lot in you, you don't have hella chances to prove how good you could be. So they're looking at him now, and this is his chance. Like if Hufanga wants to be the starter next year, he has to hold on to it right now. He has to do the things that they're looking for right now. Again, you're a 5th-round pick. You don't have as much opportunity as other guys. So if he could show right now that, hey, I can be the starter moving forward, then they won't have to spend high draft capital on safety. But if he shows that he has these limitations and, oh man, people can start picking on him or attacking him in certain ways, and like they're not going to wait to see what he's going to be next year because he worked hard on the offseason. They're going to be like, let's go get that safety from Michigan, or let's go get that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to start looking to see how they can improve that position right away. So that's a tough thing. And I do think that the safety, just looking at how teams are attacking the 49ers, they're not really attacking the outsides. They're attacking linebackers, they're attacking safeties. So, as long as he tightens that part up, he'll be good to go. If he can't, then yeah, the safety position is pivotal in coverage now, especially with how teams are trying to scheme against guys. I got my guy Eddie in here. He said, "What's good, Croc? Sorry I'm late. Busy work day. Smash that like button. Only 44 likes. Come on. Run those likes up, baby. Run those likes up." Eddie's a real estate agent, right? I don't want to get that wrong. He works in real estate. Okay, I said that. And he listens to this while he's at work. So shout out to everybody that's at work right now and tuning into the show. I really appreciate that. Got my guy Chris here. Funga broke up a pass and INT. If Mosley weren't there, it would have been a PBU. All right. So I see what he's saying. He's basically saying, hey, you could say that maybe Hufanga was beat or whatever, but the fact that Mosley was there to get the interception and Hufanga was able to knock the ball out of his hands, he's saying he would have been able to make a play on the ball, whether Mosley was there or not. I like that. I like that. Here we go. Want Pop Tart to be 1,000%. Let Funga start for now. I don't even think it's a like start for now thing. I think it's more of is he going to be the guy moving forward? Like that's what they're looking for. I don't even think it has anything to do with if Tart is 100% or not. The way that coaches look at it, if you're playing, you're 100%. Like you know what I'm saying? Like look at you got Elijah Mitchell. He's had banged up ribs. They just ran him 27 times. Like if you're on the field, you're healthy. That's how coaches are going to look at it. All right, so Tart, if he's active, they're going to assume he's healthy. So if you go out there and you see him not playing, it's not going to be because they don't think he's healthy. It's going to be because they want to see what Hufanga can do for them. Appreciate the contribution. Fact, Croc, if he fails, then we go get a safety. Yeah, and when we say fails, it doesn't mean that like just because he doesn't like hold the job down, he doesn't have starting ability. It just might take a little bit longer. The only issue is in the NFL, things move fast, right? Fluid movements with everything. So we can look at it like, oh, dang, okay, here, there, they might want him to improve in certain areas, and he can improve those things over the offseason. Just the tough thing is In the NFL, you don't have much opportunity to really show that. And that's the tough part about it. Appreciate everybody that's in here right now. Got my guy Dion coming on next. Dion, what's good?
What's good with you, Crocker? Good morning, brother. How you doing?
Good morning, man. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Can't
That's
complain.
good. It's good. So what's going on, man? Who people out here just trying to beat up Talanoa Hufanga, man? What is with people?
Uh, I think a lot of 49er fans are excited to watch Hufunga,
Hmm.
and the excitement maybe has turned like into like a certain level of expectations, and there are
Hmm.
people trying to shoot that down, like and say that he's overrated. I saw the tweets.
Look at it like this. What are the 49ers hit on since John Lynch has been the GM? Where are their picks that they find that seem to be gems in the fifth round, in the later rounds? Our first, second, and third round picks usually don't turn out to be overly fantastic players. We have Debo Samuel, second round pick. Nice guy, awesome. Nick Bosa, great first year, injured second year, having a really good third year. Javon Kinlaw, so first year, out for the season. So our later round picks are where we hit in general. So, with the rookie, have rookie expectations. Don't expect him to be perfect coming out the gate. That just doesn't happen. It's rare that it does happen. And he's learning on the job. That's the only way you learn. I would like Tart to take the extra time off if he needs to. You know what I'm saying? If he's not, and I understand what you mean by if you're on the field, you're 100%. But the thing is, Kyle Shanahan said it in his interview yesterday. Tart doesn't automatically get the starting job back. Like Hufunga's been playing very well. And yes, we love Tart. We appreciate what he's done. But Chris is right. He's never finished a full season. He just has not. Those are facts. That's not something, that's not hating on a person. That's just telling you the truth of it. And Hufanga has played very well. And if you have a mentor like Troy Polamalu, I see no reason why we should be afraid of what this kid's development can continue to be. I like Hufanga. I think he's going to be a really good safety in the NFL, especially with that kind of tutelage. And that just shows you that the Tongan community, that the Polynesian community sticks together. And that's what you need. You need someone to mentor you. Like I remember when Dwight Howard was a Laker and Kareem offered to help him out and school him on some things. And Dwight was like, nah, I don't need your help. Bruh, this is Kareem Abdul Jabbar, the man with the dopest sky hook you've ever seen in your life. And you're turning down him offering you help? Come on, people, you got to be smarter than that. So when you already have someone tutoring you and allowing you to continue to progress and you can pick their brain and they can watch the games and say, hey, I saw this, you might want to go here. I saw that, you might want to go there. Whatever the case may be, you just appreciate it. But don't put such high expectations on young rookies when they're doing all that they can and they're learning on the fly. The guy has better game speed than he does 40 time. And he has, pretty good knowledge on the field. And that's right. I honestly looking at that play and remembering it from watching it, it looks like he would have still caught up to that dude and made a pass breakup had Mosley not been there. Because he did pretty much knock the ball out of Mosley's hand, which hurt because I was really banking on him getting the INT after he dropped the first one that he had. But he laid the hammer down on I forgot who it was. Somebody caught the ball. He came through and put that hit on him, and they dropped that joint. But it's a situation where you have to always give people time to develop. Like Trey Lance hasn't played this year, so people expect rookie mistakes next year. Do not expect because he sat that he's going to come out and be Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes was an anomaly. It does not always work where people sit and they wind up going to, play in the NFL and they just come out and be stars. It's rare. You know what I mean? Sometimes people they just start and it looks great. Look at Mac Jones. He started from the jump and hey, they 6-4, they rolling. They trying to challenge the Bills for the top spot in the AFC East. And it is what it is. So you got to allow people time to develop, and you can't put such high expectations on them because they're still learning. The NFL game speed is way different than the college speed, and what's happening and the talent you're going against is going to be way greater. I remember I remember him. I think Chris mentioned Taylor Mays. The issue with Taylor Mays, he was always thinking that the big hit was going to stop everybody, and that don't work like that in the NFL. People will bounce off you like a ping pong ball. Don't believe me? Just look at the previous game we just played. IU bounced off 3 players before they tackled him when he caught that ball over the middle. Why? When you get to this league, you got to be able to bounce off those hits. You can't just allow one smack to knock you down, especially if a guy isn't wrapping up. So everybody out there trying to put those high expectations on Hufunga, look at it like this. When you did your first job, were you perfect at it? Were you great at it? Probably not. You had to learn. And when you're learning and progressing, you just take your lumps. You know what I'm saying? It's like if the guy who gave you a contribution, he's in real estate. He didn't walk into real estate and know everything. It took him some time. And I guarantee you, he learned the game, and now he's most likely succeeding. And I hope that that brother is succeeding and doing very well. And it's not to say that he isn't. I'm just saying that there's a growth process in any and everything in life, and you must be smart about it. You got to allow people to grow. And when they're playing football, I know we have high expectations, But I'm with Pie North. This is one game. We can appreciate it. We love it. But honestly, I'm like the players right now. I'm on to Jacksonville. We got a defense that we really need to be worried about. I have an offense that to me is completely suspect. And that's my thoughts on that. I really want us to continue to roll. And then, I think we come back home and play the Vikings, and we gotta hope that Kyle isn't out there, mingling with his girlfriend, Kirk Cousins, too much, telling him how much he loves him and how he misses him and stuff like that. And I know I always joke about that, but Kyle did have a love affair with Kirk Cousins, man. That was on display.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, let Hufunga grow, man. Let him be. Don't put over high expectations on him, and allow him to be able to progress. I think he's doing a wonderful job, and I feel like he's going to continue to get better as time progresses, man. And like I said, Kyle said, hey, he doesn't automatically just walk back into the starting lineup. That could be a smokescreen because Kyle lies. He lies a lot, but you never know, man. Hufunga may be, D'Amico might be looking, going, hey, man, Hufunga been balling. We might work you into the game so we don't wind up injuring you, but the kid's doing his thing, man. He's doing his job. And I think that the one thing I'll say, because I know I got to get out of here, Jimmy Ward, thank you, man. Thank you for coming back and calling that team meeting. See, everybody said, oh, we don't, we have a bunch of leaders on this team. Oh, we don't, no one needs to yell at us. Jimmy Ward came in there and ripped them a brand new one. I guarantee you he did. At the beginning of the season, people remember what he said in his interview before the season started. If I got to be an asshole, I got to be an asshole. He came in there. He's like, I'm healthy. I'm about to be that asshole. I'm going to hold all of y'all accountable. I'm going to go out there and show and prove on top of it. And you guys are going to get out here and play with me. I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of, walking out there with the home fans looking at us like, why we pay all this damn money for all this paraphernalia and these seats and y'all can't even give us a win. We got to be able to go home happy about something. So I think Jimmy Ward was the leader that we were missing. And he went in there and told that defense, we need to get it together because we've been stinking up the joint and this is unacceptable. And he did it the way that it needs to be done that got through to him. But thank you for having me on, Croc. Nothing but love. Peace and love to you, brother, man, and continue to keep doing. How's the facility coming along?
Shoes. But today's the 18th. They say that the building's supposed to be here by the 23rd. So we'll
Okay.
see. But y'all know, y'all be the first ones to know because I keep y'all updated.
Yeah, we got. Hey, man, you gotta do. Once everything gets set up, man, you and the Wi-Fi right up in there, man. You got to take us on a tour around that joint, man.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you,
Yeah.
brother. I really am,
got
and
y'all.
believe you me, if I was in Arkansas, I'd go up in there purposely just to see the facility, man, and kick back and just look and go, man, this is an accomplishment of a young brother who started from nothing, came from Stockton, went out there to Arkansas and made a living for himself, man. Very proud of you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Continue to do great things.
Appreciate you, man. That's what's up.
All right.
All right, that's my guy Dion. Real quick, if Jimmy makes the playoffs, do we trade him? There's an edge rusher named Kayvon Thibodeau in this year's draft. they will be prepared one way or another. Um, First of all, 49ers have no chance at Thibodeau. Like he is likely going number one overall. He's probably gonna be a top pick. So Jimmy ain't you're not getting that in return. As far as Jimmy Garoppolo, I think there's different levels to it, right? I think you have to ask yourself like what would Jimmy have to do to be able to uh be here even next year. And I think he'd have to like win a Super Bowl. Like, or I don't even think win a Super Bowl. I think if Jimmy leads you to the NFC championship game and you could see like, damn, like we wouldn't have got here without him. I think at that point there's an opportunity, there's a possibility that Jimmy will be there next year. I think it's highly unlikely. If I had to put a percentage on it right now, I'd say there's like a 2% chance that Jimmy Garoppolo is here next year. Like it would take some extreme things to happen for him to be there. And even, I mean, you look at the 49ers playoff run in 2019. I mean, it wasn't like he played great against the Vikings. Obviously, he only threw 8 passes against the Packers. So, he was a part of a team, but he wasn't the reason. So I'm curious to see how they, try to figure that whole thing out. But again, there are people that talked about it. I think Steve Young said it as well. When you keep Jimmy Garoppolo on the team, when you kept him this offseason, you decide to do that, you left the door open for all these different possibilities when it could have been nipped in the bud early. So I don't know what Kyle's gonna do. We'll see, but I do think it's a slim chance he's here next year. All right, here we go. Last caller before we get my guy Jason Aponte on. All right, coming on now. The one, the only, Ricky Williams. I mean, Ryan. Ryan, what's good with you, man? How you doing? Good morning.
Oh man. Good morning, man. He called me the
Good
Ricky.
morning.
What's up, man? I'm gonna keep up with the topic. Everybody's talking about Hufanga. I think a lot of people are realizing that this sounds like a John Lynch move where he kept talking about turnovers. And I think Hufanga brings that the smarts, the wittiness, that instinctive ability to say, hey, I'm a game changer. I can create turnovers. And I think he know that their defense needs it. And that allowed him the opportunity to say, hey, Tart, even though you may be healthy or on the way back, sit down. This guy has the ability to not only bring swagger, he hard hitting, but he also has the ability to maybe make something happen in the backfield. And so I think him and Jimmy's ability and experience to communicate extremely well gives that rookie even more confidence to say, hey, you do your thing. I got you on the back end, or I got you on the sidelines, or I got you where you may mess up. Jimmy will reinforce his instincts to go out there and play ball. And I think John Lynch knows that. And, D'Amico Ryans knows that. And they talked about in the secondary. And I believe they know this can help propel the team, in the next half of the season.
Yeah, nah, I agree. And again, some of it you have to start looking for, right? Like at some point, where you can without sacrificing, the well-being of the team, of the defense. So, you look at the situation with Hufanga and Jaquiski Tart, and Tart's a good football player. Like, I love Tart. I love the way he plays. I would like to see him get more takeaways, and that's been my thing with Jimmy Ward as well. I've been the main one banging on the table that these two guys are good safeties. They're good football players. When they're not on the field, you miss them, right? But, okay,
Yeah.
we can get better with the takeaways, things like that. I think as far as Tart goes, in areas where, he's good at, things like that, Hufanga, and I don't know, Tart is looked at as like a box safety. He's not just that. Like Tart he can be too high. He can be single high. He could be in the box. You could play him in that linebacker role. You could play him at nickel. Like Tart is extremely versatile. And he's somebody that ultimately, like, his versatility will be missed. But at some point you have to start planning for the future. Ward and Tart are pushing 30 years old. This is the last year of his contract. And I mean, he was one guy that came back. So yeah, man, I think this them pushing to play Hufanga. They want to see, like, can he be the guy? And I like that they left the door open. They didn't just outright name Hufanga the starter or Tart the starter. It's just like, hey, we don't gotta rush Tart back. Take your time. Take your time, Tart. So I like that.
Yeah, and also just want to say, I predict Hufanga will have a sack on the board. Trevor
A
Lawrence
sack?
coming up game. A sack. He'll come in on the edge like a heat-seeking missile. And he'll light T. Lawrence up. Watch what I tell you. But yeah, man, go ahead and get Ponte on there. I'm ready to watch y'all, man. hold it down. All right, Niner Nation, let's go.
All right. Appreciate you, Ricky Williams. I mean, my dog Ryan. Ryan always comes on speaking that good. Real quick, wanted to get to this comment here. This morning show is my new morning radio during my commute. Sorry, 106. Yeah, forget KML, man. Forget KML playing their little morning music and all that. You know what I'm saying? We live right here. Croc Talk TV, Frontline Sports Media. Appreciate you, my dog Brandon Vincent. Let's go. I know that commute in the morning, especially in the Bay Area,